Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's just straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
Before I get into the video, I just need to put this out there. If you didn't know already, I don't know why you don't know already, but you should. If you didn't know, I'm doing an NBA jersey giveaway on my Instagram, mojo99__ to be entered into the giveaway. All you have to do is hit that follow button and like every single one of my pictures that you see up there. And once that is done, you will be entered in the giveaway. The winner will be announced on my birthday, July 9th. And also, just to put this out there too, this is not going to be the last giveaway that I do. All of my giveaways are going to be taking place over there. Now, I'm not going to be doing them too often because last time I checked, I'm not Bill Gates. My racks are not like that right now. But I will be doing them here and there for you guys. Now, if you don't win and decide to unfollow me because you didn't win that jersey, look, that's kind of suspect on your part. That just tells me that you just wanted me for my jersey, not because of who I am and the type of content I create. I ain't gonna lie, that is a whole move, and just for that, if you decide to do it, which I don't know why you would, you're blocked. Anyways, with all that out the air, huge things, major things literally just happened to one of the most beloved professional sports in the universe. The NBA, it just evolved. And balance has finally been restored because Kawhi freaking Leonard just literally signed with the Los Angeles Clippers, not the Lakers, to form this big bad big three. He went to the Clippers and he didn't go alone either. He took my man, my road dog, my second favorite player in the NBA, Paul George. I got his jersey right there. We're getting straight to it in this video just because of how I'm feeling. To hell with the legendary intros that I do because I'm too lit right now. Kawhi going to the Clippers isn't a massive surprise to anyone. The Paul George news though, it's heart-stopping. Now the storyline goes like this. Kawhi was only interested in signing with the Clippers if and only if they got him. Not the first, because that's him. He is the best 3-and-D player in the league. But the second best 3-and-D player in the league, Paul George. There's been an intense barking in OKC that nobody has been able to sniff out and really notice at all. Paul George was unhappy and requested a trade, and therefore the door was open for Kawhi Leonard.
What it do, baby? Yeah.
To orchestrate and facilitate these moves going on, and to capitalize on this opportunity. Now, yes, the Clippers did give up a lot of stuff. Bro, they have no future anymore. But that doesn't matter because when an opportunity like this comes across your path to have a two-time Finals MVP on their roster and also a third-place MVP this season on their roster too, that 5th grader, 6th grader, 10th grader, or 8th grader that they traded for can go to hell. Really don't care about that little man. And I'm so sorry to say that. Not really. This move absolutely had to be made. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The Clippers have a stupid strong argument of having the best team in the entire NBA. They have two-headed defensive and offensive demons leading the way, and an almighty supporting cast full of dogs. And sweet boy Lou Williams, feisty Patrick Beverley, and musty but trusty Montrezl Harrell. And they also got Landry Shamet, or Schmidt. I still don't know how to say that man's name. This exact same team right here, minus Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, pushed the Warriors with Kevin Durant to 6 games. And now they added 2 top 10 players in the league on their roster. They couldn't have taken an even bigger W this offseason. Out of every single team in the league this year, nobody, and I mean nobody, took a bigger W than the Clippers. They now arguably, once again, I mean arguably, are on the verge of eclipsing the Lakers if they haven't already. In the making of this video, to me, it's my opinion, the Clippers have the most well-rounded roster in the NBA. And just a reminder, just in case for some of y'all who probably forgot or just let fly over your head, that man, Jerry West, is a certified GOAT. The Clippers went from the tragedy that Blake Griffin and CP3 was, getting clapped repeatedly in the middle of the playoffs, to moving on to a new era, a weary one, an unclear one, but nevertheless a new one. They ended up flipping Tobias Harris in the middle of the season in order to have this in line. To all the other super poverty teams in the NBA who are stuck and in a rut, this is how you flip an organization and force your way into success. I say, like 3 years ago, if I was to tell you that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard were going to be on the same team and they're going to play for a team in Los Angeles, not the Lakers, the Clippers, you would slap me. Don't even lie. And you just might claim that I am a drug abuser, which I am not. The Clippers are the biggest winners this offseason. Whew. Okay, now let's talk about them Thundercats. Good Lord, Russell Westbrook. There is an incredibly tough scene going on in this man's dome right now. At this point, I really don't know what to do or say. Literally everyone knew and now knows that Russ ain't a player to have on your championship team. This man plays with undiagnosed Tourette's on the basketball court. He is a superstar in the NBA. You're not hearing what anybody has to say, but he is indeed the bummiest superstar. And I'm not gonna lie, OKC fans, if you're watching this, it's tough, super tough for you. But it hurts me too because he is my favorite point guard in the league. This vid isn't about Russ though. I could make an entire video about him alone. There are plenty of vids out there on YouTube really chewing Russ out for what he really is. And what he is, in my opinion, he's gold, but he's not real gold, he's fool's gold. We already know how the story goes, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the bigger picture. OKC and what they got from Paul George. They don't have 1, they don't have 2, they don't have 3, they don't have 4, but they have 5 first-round picks coming in the future. And they also have the ability to swap a couple picks too. That means that a 5th grader, somewhere standing in class right now, man, people still got school around this time. It's like the beginning of July, so that's extremely tough. But you get the idea here. They have so many picks right now to work with. And along with that, they also got Danilo Gallinari and a very underrated Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, Gallinari was one of the most underrated players last year, if you ask me. But he still doesn't match the value that PG provides. This silent rift that wasn't being reported by anyone really hurt OKC. They now have multiple assets to try and stop the bleeding. What they got is not bad at all, because a few of those picks will come into play once Paul George and Kawhi are like, what, 34, 36 years old. Now with these assets a part of their roster, this opens the door for someone like Russell Westbrook to be traded. And Sam Presti might embrace the rebuild. Now I don't know if Sam Presti will be bold enough to trade Westbrook. He just might be, but Russell Westbrook is Mr. OKC. He is their golden child. Even though he may be fool's gold, he may be fugazi, he still does a lot for that team and the fans. Now the question is, where would they trade Russell Westbrook? And I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know is that it has to be an organization that has been really struggling and have been in a rut for a couple of years now. A desperate organization, an organization that will literally take anything to get out of the situation that they currently are in and have been in for the last few years. We could take a look at teams like the Miami Heat or maybe even like the Phoenix Suns. Teams like that really shouldn't care and just should be worried about not being clowned all the time. Now trading for a 30-year-old athletic point guard does seem a bit uneasy to the mind, but considering just how desperate these teams are to get out of the situation that they're currently in, it just might happen soon, real soon. The next team that we gotta talk about that was heavily affected by this were the Toronto Raptors. Now I don't know how it was for you guys and how often the Toronto Raptors championship actually marinated in your head, but for me, they only got 2 seconds of fame and that was it. A week, maybe even a week and a half after they won a championship, nobody cared about that anymore. At least I didn't. And on top of losing Kawhi Leonard, they also lost Danny Green, and they just recently signed Stanley Johnson to replace him. That's extremely tough. They're left with pretty much no options at all and are stuck with an old Marc Gasol and Kyle Lowry. But at least they have a few ascending young players like Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Now if we take a step back, not a step, 365 steps back into last year and look at this Kawhi Leonard trade. Till this day, that was still a brilliant, excellent transaction. Even though they just lucked out, that move that Usai Ujiri pulled off had to be done. And thanks to that, they now have a championship. Now where do things go from here for them? Well, they might think about trading away Kyle Lowry and Marc Gasol. But both of those players are both old and aren't worth their contract at all. So they're probably, they're going to be stuck with both of them. So they cannot go through a rebuild at all. But they will go through a retooling phase. So unlike OKC, they did not win, they are losers. They literally had no choice but to be losers in this video. You just lost Kawhi Leonard. Now that all of this recent commotion is over, we can still take a look at a few other teams who made moves that are of course worth my time. The Detroit Pistons, I'm not going to speak too much about them, but they deserve a lot of credit this offseason for doing the best job that they can to surround Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond with help. So yeah, they are winners. Now let's look at the Milwaukee Bucks. Now those guys are losers. The Milwaukee Bucks just lost all of the flexibility that they possibly could have had because they overpaid like crazy for Chris Middleton. They gave him a max deal that doesn't nearly equate what he's actually worth. So that is a major L. I'm not worried about the loss of Malcolm Brogdon because that was probably going to happen regardless. And they also replaced him, quote quote-unquote replaced him with Wesley Matthews, who is a solid replacement. Nevertheless, though, they lost. They are one of, not the biggest losers, but they're just a mild loser. The last team that I'm going to talk about are the Indiana Pacers. Thanks to Kawhi leaving Toronto, the Pacers could easily finesse a top 3 spot in the East. Thanks to not only Kawhi Leonard leaving, but the newly acquired TJ Warren, Malcolm Brogdon, and also Jeremy Lamb. All 3 of those players are one of the most underrated dudes in the league at what they do. If you don't see what I'm talking about now, at the end of next season, you will. They are massive, not massive winners, but they're winners. Actually, scratch that, they're not the last team that I have to talk about. I forgot about the Lakers. So they did not only miss out on Kawhi Leonard, but they also missed out on nearly every single quality, top tier, top-notch role player available. They missed out on all the good guys because they're waiting for Kawhi Leonard, and you can't fault them for that at all. As in the making of this video, right after they lost out on Kawhi Leonard, they just signed KCP, Danny Green, and also Quinn Cook. Even though they lost out on Kawhi Leonard and had to fill their roster out with not the role players that they envisioned going after, they still are winners in my opinion for landing Anthony Davis. This is the end of the video though, man. I really do appreciate you for coming over here on my channel and seeing what I have to talk about today. Before you leave, if you didn't already, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram and like every single one of my pics so you can be entered in the giveaway. I'm announcing the winner on my birthday, July 9th. And also, disclaimer again, if you don't win, I'm dead so serious. I'm gonna block you if you unfollow me because that's hoe-like tendency. Aside from all that though, go ahead and follow me on IG, follow me on Twitter, go ahead and share this video, like this video, and yeah, share this video with all your other friends. But until then, I'll get right with you. Make the day great.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the surf, free the way, Told my girl who'd ever thought.